James Wood, Daniel Kaltepang and Ben Henderson make up the rest of the back row. We'll run through the Polish side in just a moment's time, but there's Vanuatu getting us underway. Comes down to Poland now, and they'll be caught 20 metres out from their own line. And they'll be caught 15 out. Sajka out the background. Medangaro linking up with Niscott. Here's Kowalski stepping off the left, finds a bit of a gap. He's nearly all the way through. Kowalski will go over the top of a couple of them, and he puts first points on the board here for Poland. Wurtzak away to Sajka. On to Medangaro. He's got numbers there. Decides to go for the flat ball. We know that they have success with it. And Chippy Korochtuk, he actually has gone all the way. I thought he might have been just caught short, but he's stretched out right at the last moment, and he gets across the line. He'll turn 4 into 8 with a kick to come. We're all set here to the right-hand side. You can expect the shift. Wurtzak, Medangaro, long ball to Harry Sajka. He comes out the back to Niscott. Niscott finds a stumbling defender, takes complete advantage of it and dives to the try line. Brilliant stuff from Ethan Niscott. He's the nephew of Ziggy, and he's playing exactly like him right now. Wurtzak, numbers both sides, decides to have a dart himself. Nearly found a gap. He will still go here. Wurtzak somehow works a miracle. Well, how about that? He bumped, he weaved, hit and spun, and he's ended up over the line. That's a brilliant little individual play. He came over the top with a tackle. James Wood showing it on the inside, and then a nice little grub. A great weight on it too, and Vanuatu have got there. Brilliant stuff. It's a Mani Aratahiki. They came close to getting away in the first half. Of course, we've just had the NRL women's competition for the first time this year, so it's all happening as Harry Sajka, speaking of all happening, the moment we've left with Joanna, well, it's probably perfect timing, really, because Sajka does a little dummy and goes straight through. Try and produce an offload. Wurtzak goes to the left-hand side of the field. Medangaro, flat ball, Choppy Karistak, he's through. Chippy Karostak linking back up in the middle. Medangaro following through. There's chasers coming. They've got pace, Vanuatu, but not enough to stop Medangaro. Well, brilliant stuff from Chippy Karostak. Expect a little raid here to the right-hand side. It's exactly what Sajka goes for. Put up a bomb. Tunga trying to get underneath it. Oh, it was a really difficult one to take, and he couldn't quite do it. It falls into the lap of Medangaro. He steps around the one vacant defender there into open space. And that's Medangaro's second try. 6 minutes to go in this one. Sajka, left-hand side, linking up with Korochtuk once again. Geez, he's been damaging in the second half. He'll go all the way, Korochtuk. They just couldn't stop him. He had a full head of steam, bounced off a couple of defenders, and he has had a brilliant second half. Chippy Korochtuk. Poland taking on Vanuatu. Vanuatu, they want to finish with another try. Henderson, a long pass. There's a siren in the background. Still a bit of room to move for Vanuatu, but eventually Poland will converge upon them, put them to ground, and that wraps up a really solid performance from the Polish national side. 44 points to 4. They've won by a margin of 40 and booked themselves a place in the grand final on Saturday, October 13th.